Foda-se. Foda-se.
Hello, everybody.
Hey guys, how are you?
Hi, Vlad. How you going, mate? Can you hear me? No, you can't hear me, can you?
Good morning.
I
Good
forgot to turn my mic on.
Yeah.
How is everybody?
Hello, David.
I forgot to put my mic
Hello,
on.
Trego.
Hi, Trego.
Hey.
Glad I joined and challenged you to talk.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, how you going?
Hello.
Let me share my screen with everybody. Let me pull up here. Okay, great. Just a couple of seconds.
I'll turn on the Discord event. Oh, you did already. Sorry.
Sorry, I didn't realise. But cheers, mate. Okay, cool. So now just a screen. Show the old screen over here. Give it a couple of minutes to see if anybody joins in, and then get started. So how you going, Vlad? All right, mate? Everybody good? Everybody
Very
well?
good. Just deleted the Chinese spammer from getting started.
Okay.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, unfortunately, in the crypto world, we've got a couple of them, but they're not doing too bad. It's not doing too bad.
Yeah, I mean, people got to it, during crypto winter, which I believe we are in. So yeah, they're doing whatever they can to survive. Winter is coming.
Luminous is in the wrong room. Not sure. Okay.
We can see the share screen.
Okay, cool. Okay. I might as well get started. Hope everybody's well. As always, I'll just go through the disclaimer and everything as it's being recorded on YouTube. Currently being recorded on YouTube and Twitch if anybody wants to go back and see it afterwards if they can't make it today. Welcome to everybody. First things first, as always, not in the slightest a trading guru, just a geek trying to debunk the market with code and math. trying to find some good strategies. As I said, it's being streamed to Twitch and YouTube for recording reasons. So if you do want to share your screen at any point, don't forget to cover up any credentials or anything like that if you're sharing your screen. Right, I guess I'll move straight on to welcoming everybody. Welcome to everybody. Welcome to all the new users. As always, thank you very much for joining me here on the chat and YouTube later on if you want. I do this every Tuesday and Wednesday so that I can answer any questions that anybody might have about the strategies, trading in general, some of the tools that I've been building, and then I'll go through all of the updates that I've been doing during the week. So as always, Discord has its downfalls. I can't see you guys, so if you do have any questions, please don't hesitate at all to interrupt and just ask away. The more questions, the better. If you have any questions about anything in general, please don't hesitate to ask at any time. If there is any background noise from your mic or anything like that, you might end up getting muted by one of the moderators, but just put inside the chat and we'll unmute you. It's just so you don't give away any private information or anything without realizing. So yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah, I'm going home now. Right, no, just joking. Right, today I'm going to go through some of the updates that I've done. The Trader Dev platform. I've been updating the Trader Dev platform, which is a forward testing platform that I built for forward testing the indicators. I've also updated the Smart Money Concepts indicator. I've put a couple of trades inside Discord this week, but it seems that not everybody's realizing that there's a couple of sub-threads inside Discord where you can follow myself and a couple of other users that are doing some fantastic trades, so you can follow along. Not saying put your money into it, but you can follow along the concepts and find out how we're trading. So I'll show you how to find those threads before we leave today. And then there is the one which I've been working on to get to the point where I can start adding some strategies. The one is a trading strategy that I'm starting to build, which will have predefined settings in it, so you don't have to do all the setting up and things like that. It's going to be a community project, so that anybody can put submit their settings, their good settings, and they'll be able to earn the money from the community, and also for anybody that has good settings will be entered into the one, and it means that the community benefits from your settings, and you as somebody who provides settings will benefit as well. So first things first, the Trader.dev. Trader.dev was a project that I started at the very, very beginning of David Tech. It's a forward testing platform. Forward testing platform which allows you to test trading strategies. There's things like the Bybit, Testnet, and things like that. But the problem with them is you can't separate strategies out. So without creating sub accounts and things like that, it gets a bit complicated. And also if you wanted to test on several exchanges and things like that, you wouldn't be able to. So the forward testing platform literally takes the data from TradingView as alerts are sent. And records each and every one of the trades and gives you this. I'll go through how to set up now, I guess. Okay, so I've got an account myself already. If you're a Patreon member, you just literally have to log in and you'll be able to see this website. Something that I put together very, very quickly and is going to be improved upon with time. So you'll end up going up to at the very, very beginning, you end up going to david.tech. Sorry, I just forward david.tech. Clicking up the top, you'll find in the tools area here, the forward testing platform just here. If you click on that, that will take you directly to a login screen, which will allow you to log into this platform so you can start forward testing. So the idea is very, very simple. Comes from ideas of other forward testing platforms where you can manually trade them. This one is currently only for automatic trades sent by TradingView. You can use any indicator. You don't have to use a Davidtech indicator. So if you find an indicator that interests you, you want to be able to test the entries, and you know how to set up an entry and an exit. For instance, let's say that on a EMA crossover, you want to take an entry, and an EMA crossover bearish, you want to take an exit. You'll be able to set that up so that it can test those as well. Obviously, it doesn't back test, it forward test. So as entries come in, it just literally writes it down. So what you have to do is you go up here and you click add new strategy. I'm not going to do the full adding of strategies today because it's quite simple. It's very simple, as a matter of fact. I will do a very quick video which you'll be able to see down the side here, which takes you through all of the steps. But I will take you through the main steps here. So you get up this setup after clicking add strategy. You have to click and type in the name of your strategy at the top here. So any strategy name will do, just so that you can find it easily afterwards. Then you go over to here and it will say save. Currently it says update because obviously this one has already been done. It works almost in the same sort of way as Endless Margin or any other API. It gives you a webhook address here, so you can add that to TradingView, which I'll show you how to do in a minute if you don't know. You add your long and your long exit. So like I said, if it's a Davidtech strategy, you just literally have to copy and paste that into the Davidtech strategies. Or you could add it as an EMA crossover, which I'll do an example for when next time, or for a quick video afterwards. So you get your APIs here. Your APIs there, and then you literally set how much or a percentage of your portfolio you want to use on each trade. It's set directly in here, not inside the indicator. That allows us to be able to use any API, Binance, whether it's Forex, it could be Forex, it could be absolutely anything that you want. You have either a percentage of your portfolio or a fixed amount. Currently it's at 100, so that would be 100 USDT if you're using Bybit like myself. It gives you an area so you can write notes, so you can take notes about the strategy, so you can find them easy. I also added TradingView chart URL. Now the reason is because if you've got 50 strategies testing, it gets rather confusing, so it makes it easy just to find that URL, which is your chart with the actual alert set up on, just so you can remember. So it's more of a memory thing than anything else. And then we have round to decimal place. The reason is obviously with some things like BTC you want to round to 2 decimal places, but something like Shiba Inu or something like that, you'll probably have to count the number of decimal places or whatever, or you could just put it to -1. It would just make the chart look a little bit more clean for things like BTC, but not obviously taking away the possibility to use to test altcoins that are on very fine amounts. So what happens is when you set this up, so you go to your TradingView chart over here. Let's choose this one here. Obviously this one is not going to be a good one to use as an example. Just bear me 2 seconds. Let me put a indicator on here. And this one will do fine here. So if I go here and click the cog up here, let's reduce that and click the cog, close that down. Right. If I click the cog just there, if you scroll down to any Davidtech indicator, you'll be able to literally fill out this with the information which is on the right hand side just here. So obviously long API enter, you just literally copy and paste that into the long API here, just like that. And then when you're looking to close, so yeah, close is there. So we're looking for, this is slightly muddled up in comparison to this indicator. The other indicators are the other way around. So we're looking for this one here. Now it will work with things like trailing stop losses. It'll work with move to break even if it's included in the actual strategy, like the Davidtech strategies and things like that. This one's the short, I believe. Open short, yes. And then the last one is this one over here. So it's pretty simple, very much like setting up any of the other API platforms, but instead of taking real trades, it's just going to record everything in a journal, so you can look back later at the win rate and things like that. Press OK. You go over to the top over here. You click your clock button up here, or you can go over to here, the 3 dots. Press the clock over there, and then you go. I'll do the 3 clock. Oh, had to happen. There we go. You click that. That obviously will bring up the right one. Now, if you're using function alerts calls, you can use this as a strategy, or you can set them up so that they work with this here. Like I said, I'll do a video on that so that you can see how to set up the close on that, because it's slightly different to the to any strategy, as this is an indicator. So that literally will take the information from your trade, takes the close from TradingView, and then sends it and records it in a table down the bottom here, and gives you a chart with an equity curve here. Gives you winning trades, losing trades. Now this is obviously just the boilerplate. It's not in the slightest a trading strategy that I've created. It's on a 1 minute time frame. I'm trying to test to make sure everything works and everything holds up and things like that. So it gives you number of winning trades, number of losing trades, your win rate, and it literally gives you every trade that trading strategy would have taken, and records it in a journal so that you can come back and see how it's working after a month, to see if, or a couple of days, a couple of weeks, whatever you choose, to see whether the trading strategy works in the same way as you expect it to in comparison to the back testing results. Obviously, as I said, you can add as many strategies as you like here. So you can add strategies up the top here. I built this very, very quickly on a website because I had a couple of people trying to build it, and nobody managed to actually get what I wanted well done. So I've built it on here. I hope that if there's any extra features that anybody wants or anything like that, you'll send them to me, and I will endeavour to improve upon it and make it better so that we've got more information about the trades. There is one thing that I will be adding during the week, and that is multiple take profits, because unfortunately it doesn't have multiple take profits, and I just didn't have enough time to finish that logic behind it before today. But it allows you to take, like I said, trading stop losses, take profits, one take profit, trading stop losses, and all of that kind of thing if it's included in the TradingView. Like I said, in comparison to the old platform, which was Bybit and Binance bound, you can use this on anything from TradingView, because the information just literally comes from TradingView. Tombot has a question.
I didn't get that. Could you?
So does Siri, unfortunately. Question for at the end. Okay, so that I've created, you can connect to that and start using that. If anybody has any problems logging in, I saw a couple of people have had a couple of problems with Patreon login recently. So if you do have any problems, please don't hesitate to contact me or Vlad, and we'll help you connect. And that's the forward testing platform. If anybody's got any questions about the forward testing platform. Cool. Okay.
Yeah, thanks for that, David.
No.
Just a quick question. The stream is just a little bit blocky for me. I'm not sure if anyone else is seeing it, but everything kind of looks a little bit pixelated.
Okay. Through Discord, are you watching it, or?
Yeah, through the Discord. Yeah.
Okay. It is also being recorded on YouTube. I put the link on YouTube just in case. That way you have an alternative if you can't.
I'll put it.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
No problem. Okay, so right, so that is thank you very much for. I didn't manage to see who was talking. I'm ever so sorry. I didn't see. Went too quickly. Okay, anyway, thank you very much. Right, so what I'll do is I'll continue, unless anybody's got any questions, I'll just continue going through all of this. Continued, obviously, improving also on the indicator, which is the smart money indicator. Made some improvements on fair value gaps, personally, because it's something that I use through my manual trading strategy, which, as I said, you can see some of the posts that I've started. If you go to Discord, I'll pull Discord up here on the screen so you can see it over here. If you go to Discord here, you can see active threads just here. And you'll be able to see the three threads here. There's the optimizer, ABC improvements, vector candles, and also ABC setups with David. I've been posting a couple of the setups that I've had this week, manually traded. These ones here that worked out quite well, this one here, and a couple of other setups that have worked out quite well with the ABC. So as I've been doing that, I've been trying to improve on the fair value gaps inside of the smart money, because they've been very good as targets for the ABC patterns. Still fighting with the ABC pattern itself to try and improve on that. But it certainly does seem to be, as a manual trading for me, it seems to be working better and better, but I'll go through the updates on that as now. Okay, so what I've updated is the fair value gaps. So the fair value gaps are now in a red color and a green color for bullish and bearish, obviously. They also turn yellow when they're mitigated, so they're no longer valid or they've already been filled. So for anybody that, I'll go through what fair value gaps are very, very quickly. Fair value gaps are when price either becomes extremely bullish or bearish, and a candle moves in one direction or the other very quickly, meaning that orders may not be filled, or price technically is unfair, and price will come back and visit that area later. So for instance, one of the trades that I posted was I look for ABCs, so something that looks like this here, as you can see here, the ABC up here. I look for ABCs, and below my ABCs there would have been a lot of these green fair value gaps, which are now yellow because they're mitigated. So when it comes down, if there is a lot of fair value gaps below me, it's something that I tend to feel as though it gives me much more confidence in the trading setup that I've got. Something like this one here would have been an ABC pattern, which I would have not taken, because above me there was only one fair value gap. And as you can see, the fair value gap cloud is below me, and I only look really for ABCs now, where the fair value gap, bullish ABCs, I only look for where the fair value gap is above me. So currently at the moment, I am looking for a ABC pattern here. The reason being is obviously we've come down to test the previous lows, yesterday's lows, the previous day low. We've created a new swing low here. We're coming closer and closer to the other key levels, which you can add by going onto the cog up here and adding the key levels at our bottom. They're around the bottom. No, they're not. They're here somewhere. Here, key levels, which is your daily color, weekly color, and monthly. So I'm looking for these kind of blue boxes, which I've added because they kind of help me to find kind of Wyckoff patterns. They put a box around consolidation areas, and what I'm looking for is price to come down, push back up, push back up in to create the ABC, obviously, and then get to a top and creating this blue box here. Then I expect it to consolidate a bit, and then I expect for price to come down and take out all liquidity below me before moving back up and coming to revisit all of these fair value gaps up here, these red fair value gaps, and the red lines are liquidity technically in the market because they're highs that have not actually been visited by price action yet. So it's where buy stops would be put, or stop losses or liquidation points and things like that, because people are shorting at this point. So if we believe in the concept of smart money concepts, we're expecting the composite man or hedge funds or whatever, however you want to call it, to come back up and take these shorts and obviously find the stop losses, etc. above us. So when I see lots of red lines and lots of fair value gaps above us, and we're coming to the below key levels, it's where I'm looking for my entry as a ABC pattern. Now, I'm still, like I said, struggling is not the word, but trying to improve this ABC pattern so that it would work better and stand out a little bit better. The last two haven't been too bad. I mean, this one up here was something that I traded on the Discord and put in Discord, something that I drew manually on there because I also after marking out a ABC pattern, I will go down to really low time frames and have a look for these fair value gaps on low time frames to make sure that they are still valid. I'll go through that in a second. And then there was a bullish pattern here that I posted as well. As you can see, price moves up, it pushes down to create a new low, taking out all of the liquidity before pushing back up, which is the part of the it's part of Wyckoff theory. It's part of smart money concepts. So that's where these boxes and the ABCs come in and help me. Up here, no, behind me, as I'm above this line, I would have taken this one here, not that one there. Sorry, because we're below the cloud. When we're looking for other ABCs, there's quite a few here that are quite valid. Yep, so that's so I've added improvements of the fair value gaps. The fair value gaps, like I said, the last week I did the Fibonacci levels, which now works quite nicely with a swing low and swing high, which also helped me with one of the targets that I had this week. Another part after what else have I done, because I added quite a lot of code recently here. Fair value gaps, as I said, now they change to a mitigated color, so they go to this yellowy brown color when they're mitigated, meaning that the price has visited them and filled that gap as such, so no longer valid. Like I said in the previous video, fair value gaps tend to work as magnets when there's lots of fair value gaps above you. I use them as targets. Some people use them as entries. They're valid as entries as well. You can work out an entry of price coming up and bouncing off of them, maybe revisiting and bouncing back down, or so I use them personally as targets for my ABCs. If there's enough fair value gaps that are red above me when I'm looking for a long, I'm below the fair value gap cloud. That seems to be the perfect setup for me. Obviously, there is never a perfect setup, but it seems to give me enough confidence in the trading system that I'm looking for. Other than that, I have added fair value gap cloud. That's done. The Wyckoff zones I added last week. I have played around with this and fixed a lot of the problems in this area here, which works in confluence with your entry up there. So you will have an update on that with a lot of fixes on that. Obviously, as I was saying earlier in Discord, it's an indicator. It's not a trading strategy. There is a trading strategy version of this, which has most of the features inside it. So the back tester that comes with it is for reference only. I would personally find a trading setup that suits you, and then I'd use the forward testing platform that I was talking about earlier to forward test your trading strategy. Maybe even set up 10 different kinds of strategies on different time frames to try and find the best one that works for you. As it's completely a website, obviously there's no money involved. It's paper trading. The only things that you have to be careful with this is obviously things like fees from Bybit are not included. I will work a way out of adding fees, so you can work out the fees as well. But currently there's no fees included in there, so you have to be a bit careful with that kind of thing. But yeah, so I suggest using the strategy for back testing and finding it set up, and then coming back to this if you're manually trading it, or hybrid like I do, taking entries with the indicator and then managing them afterwards. Right. So that's pretty much all of that I've done in there. So now if I go over to the setup here, I've added oops, I've added a lot more crossovers. I've added the change of character, the breaks of structure, divergences, entry, so that it works with the entry, whether it's Quasimodo, whether it's whatever you decide as the entry. Fair value gaps that are mitigated are now added. We have market structural break in there as well. So I've added loads of alerts in there so you can use them for taking profits or creating your entry. So that you can use it in an indicator style, which will get you probably quicker entries than waiting for it to completely close. So that's the update for Smart Money Indicator. You'll be able to see it come up. It will be 0.9. I think we're getting close to be able to take it out of beta as such, even though it really hasn't had beta written on it, but for a while. But yeah, it seems to give good entries. I just need to confirm that the alerts are working for everybody, or the alerts that everybody expects actually shows or actually pops up, because I know that a couple of people have got some specific alerts that we'd like, which I'll code in if anybody suggests them in the ABC improvements. While I was there, I'd just like to say thank you very much to the guy Hammerfest, who put in a full setup inside the ABC improvements. Went through every single setup that he uses with the wave trend. So if you're looking for a different kind of setup that works with Market Cipher, or uses Vueman 2 and ABC, he's gone through and put every single step of his trading strategy in there, which I'll probably code during the week. So thank you very much to him for doing that. You can see that in Discord in the subthread ABC improvements. Okay, has anybody got any questions about the ABC? I'm doing a good job today, obviously.
Hi, David. This is Trago. Just want to say, yeah, I appreciate this strategy, the ABC strategy. When you introduced it a few months back, I really started learning it and getting into it. And the risk to reward on this strategy, the reversal pattern, is like, it's money. So just want to say that you've definitely helped me increase my portfolio, and thanks a lot for it. And I love this indicator.
Thank you very much. I love it too. I think mine as well. And thank you very much for the nice comments. It makes my day and helps me to continue wanting to do all this work. Yeah. But yes, thank you very much. Thank you.
David,
hi.
if it's possible, hi, just on the premium discount, if it could just be a kind of a very kind of color just behind it, just so we can just see it slightly, because it's very hard to see.
Okay, sure, no problem. So this is the premium discount, which is, oh yes, the levels. Okay, yeah. Oh yes, I made them very, very transparent, didn't I? This one here, yeah. Okay, I can see why my screen is blurred. Just bear me 2 seconds. I will just remove my screen and put it back on, because I believe that I've put it through my webcam. Just bear me 2 seconds. Let me share screen again. And maybe the reason it's a little bit blurred. Let me try sharing screen again. Screen, there we go. Hopefully that will be better for everybody. Yes, I can indeed. I will put I'll put them so that you can change the opacity of it. I hope that that's
a lot better.
Thank you. Sorry about that. I shared my webcam, my virtual webcam instead. So let me just look very quickly. There is no color options for it, is there, if I remember rightly? Can we not do it over here? Of course. Yeah. Okay, what I'll do is I'll add the same sort of thing as normal, one of these here, so you can choose the colors and also add a little bit less transparency. Cool, cool. So right. I think that's everything that's on there. So, yep. So I said I went through the ABC detection improvements. I made a bit of improvements for that. And my next step, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, currently the ABC pivot length is attached to these pivots here, which create the higher highs and lower lows, etc. What I'd like to do is I'd like to remove the ABC from that and make it so it's detached in a different setup. The reason being is because if you were setting up, and well, this wasn't a great example. Can I find an example around here? Nope, this is not a good example because obviously that one was perfect almost. That one's good as well. Okay, for instance here. Maybe this one here, I'm not 100% sure, but maybe this one here hasn't detected the ABC up here, and the reason is the pivot isn't long enough or something like that. So it gives perfect high highs and high highs, lower lows, etc. But if I detach the two from each other, it means that we'll be able to increase the size of the ABCs, giving us maybe a better detection. The reason is that I thought of that is the guy that was talking about Hammerfest earlier. He said that in 0.2 there was a lot more entries than currently, and the reason probably is because it's attached to this whole framework instead of it being its own independent thing. So what I'll do is I'll detach it. That means we'll be able to get a lot more entries with ABC, hopefully. And you'll still be able to have your continuing your breaks of structure and things like that. You just make them work independently, and there'll also be the option so that they work together or independently, so you can not complicate things if you don't want to, but it gives you the option to be able to try and find a couple more ABC structures on lower time frames. Yeah, so that's...
Can I just ask one more question about
Sure.
Wyckoff, the Wyckoff boxes,
Yes.
and how they are approached or used in the trade?
Okay, the idea of the Wyckoff boxes comes from the Meta FX3 box idea. What I was doing is it is the start of what I hope will help us to detect Wyckoff a lot better. What I'm trying to do is detect, obviously, things like the ABC looks very much like a U-turn or a spring, or those, and that is what I'm trying to detect. Now, for the moment, they're visual aids just to try and help us find consolidation areas, so that we're in our accumulation, and I can't remember, my brain's gone completely, zones. So it just helps us to visually see where the market could be accumulating, or I can't remember the word. I apologize. Anyway, so we're looking for where technically hedge funds or the composite man would be accumulating using these box areas. And my idea is that when it's consolidating, we detect a consolidation, and in general, we'll end up with something that looks like a spring or a U-tab, where we push down to take out the liquidity lows, and then we'll start pushing back up in the opposite direction. This is the start of that. I've been reading and spent lots of times doing sorry. All right, okay. Cut that there. We could hear your microphone. I don't know if you were going to talk. You've been put on mic. Oh, okay, you've left. Okay. Anyway, so that's the start of the idea. Like I said, been through lots and lots of courses and things like that about Wyckoff, and everything seems to work in the same sort of in the same sort of way as the ABC. So I'm trying to improve on that and improve on the entries and using Wyckoff theory, and this is just the start of that, to be honest. Okay, so I was going to do a room inside of David Tech where, if anybody's interested in Wyckoff theory and things like that, I thought it would be good to discuss together Wyckoff and things like that, so that we can improve on that part of the indicator together. If anybody's got any ideas that they'd like to add in to improve that part. accumulation and distribution. That was the word I was looking for. I apologize if I couldn't remember. Okay, so that's pretty much the updates for that indicator. As soon as I'm off the call, what have I got to do to finish up? I think that's pretty much all that I need to do on that one. Like I said, there is a room inside Discord called ABC Improvements. If anybody comes across any ideas that they want to improve the indicator, please don't hesitate to ask, and I will improve to the best of my ability on that. Okay, so okay, Tom Bots asked about setting up with 3 commas. Okay, so it depends what indicator you're using or strategy. Personally, it was one of the reasons that we integrated endless margin into the group and the Alertron creator generator. The problem with 3 commas is that they have their own marketplace and things like that, and they've kind of in their own way moved away from being so integrated into TradingView. That's my personal opinion. So things like multiple take profits, trading stop losses, and things like that are completely impossible with 3 commas. If you prefer to use 3 commas, it would have to be a very simple strategy with only a single take profits and things like that. But it is very simple to set up. Literally do the same as any trading strategy. You go in and take their API codes and put them down the bottom here. This is not going to be the best example. Let me just pull up the boilerplate here. Or I could just put it up. Is this going to load quick enough? Yep. So you literally go into the settings of the strategy that you're trying to set up, and as soon as this is loaded, I will be able to. Why on earth is this? Right, there we go. Okay, so the boilerplate is just there. So if I go over here, and if I click on the cog and I go all the way down to the bottom down here, you just literally copy and paste all of your API codes into here. So that whether it's your first take profit and then your exit, because they need both for 3 commas. Now, if I remember rightly, you have an entry on 3 commas which will open a position, and then you have to close the bot. If I remember rightly, using their API, you just copy and paste that code in there. There is a YouTube video that I did a long time ago about 3 commas. You literally take that, you copy and paste that in there, and then the next thing you do is do exactly the same as always. You go over to here and you add your alerts. You add to here, you use orders fill only, and then you go over to the question mark here because it's the easiest place of finding it. You go to scroll down and you find this message here, which is alert_message. So it's strategy.order._alert_message. You copy and paste that into there, as you would with any of David Tech bots, and even if you're using the platform I was talking about earlier, the forward tester, you copy curly bracket strategy.order.alert_message. As I said, this question mark is easy to find. Closing curly brackets twice. And you press create, and that will send the order to for closing and opening to 3 commas. Now that works in the same way for Alertron. It works in the same way for endless margin or any of the third-party platforms. Okay. So I hope that answered the question. Yeah, so then I'll move on very quickly. There's not a lot more to look at this week. I've done, like I said, added that. And then we have the one. Let's pull that up here. The one is a trading strategy, like I said, where the idea is I'm going to put in two at the moment, two setups. It's going to be the bigger extender. I know I've got a third one, which is going to be Alpha Trend. I need to talk to Mr. Wonder about that because it was him that sent it through to us. So the idea behind the one is to make it as quick and easy as possible. You literally have a couple of settings up here which will probably disappear at one point anyway. You have your leverage and portfolio, so you can change that for backtesting as you will. And you literally choose from the settings here what kind of trading strategy you would like to use. In the information bar at the side, it will tell you what time frame, what coin or pair. It'll be crypto first, obviously. What pair will be optimized for. So it doesn't automatically optimize. It's optimized by us, the community, and people inside the community. The ones that are going to be in there at first are going to be the ones that are mine. Plus maybe Mr. Wonders if he's happy with that. Then we have so it'll tell you what time frame. It'll tell you the person that created the setup. So not the trading strategy, but the settings. It'll tell you the time frame, what exchange it was optimized on, whether it works on other ones that you just have to go through the back testing to see. And then, like I said, the only things that are changeable is you'll be able to turn off your bot through certain times of the day. And then you go down to the bottom here, and the other things that you'll be able to set up is obviously the bot. So you'll be able to connect it directly to Alertron, to Endless Margins bot, or whatever you like through the bot area, through the testnet. You'll be able to use it with the forward testing platform, like I just showed you a minute ago. But other than that, there is absolutely no settings. It is a preset indicator with settings in it. As always, like I always said from the very, very beginning of creating David Tech, don't trust anybody's indicators, including mine. You didn't code them yourself. Always backtest, always test on forward testing platforms. I try to build as many tools as possible so that you guys can test as much as you like. So always test on forward testing platforms and things like that. And the idea of this is giving an alternative to anybody that hasn't got time to set things up or just doesn't understand how the settings work, etc. So I've made it as simple as possible. Obviously, at the moment, it hasn't got any real settings in it. I've just been removing, which was a long, tedious task of removing all of the options and creating functions around those options so that I can literally copy and paste almost an Excel spreadsheet like we do to get the setups into this and not having to do it's not too much work. I don't mind doing the work. It's more just so that I can get other people's settings into this setup. So the idea is like I said, I'm going to be setting up with the couple of trading strategies that I've got so that you can or use those very quickly, very simply. And then going to be preparing with a couple of the users who've asked to become validators and things like that to prepare competitions so that anybody that's found great settings and wants to share with the community, they will also earn on behalf of the community. So my idea is we'll set up back testing results, we'll do forward testing, and if your setup goes onto the trading setup, the one as such, you will earn a prize for that. The prizes are on my screen. So the idea is it's not just a one-off prize. You'll also earn some reoccurring revenue from which will work out inside of how many downloads of the indicator are separated between the number of strategies there are. And for me, it means that the community, there's loads of people sharing their fantastic settings, but it means that at least we can reward and say thank you with a little thank you to anybody who shares their settings and are included inside the one project. So it becomes a community project where we're all working together and we're all building something together and having best settings so that everybody can have the best settings from the group as such, and lay back and do yoga. So so that was the one. That's how far I've got with the one at the moment. Is literally created the framework. I'm ready to start installing the big extender, which I'll do this evening. Once that's completely in there, I'll release that as the first one. Like I said, there's a couple of people that have already submitted their settings, and I will add them as I go along. And I believe, and then another part, what I thought was we could do like once a quarter, a big vote on the best settings, strategy settings, and then we'll give a big prize once a quarter for that as well. So it means that there's, like I said, that any strategy settings that are used quite a lot, the person that shares them doesn't do it, does it, and also gets a reward in return. And that was pretty much all I've got today. I've been working on arbitrage as well as a Python script, which I'll start. I'm not sure how to release it because obviously not everybody knows how to, well, I don't think everybody knows how to install Python and things like that. So I'm going to have to do a stream, I guess, where I show everybody how the arbitrage bots that I've been building will work. The idea behind them, because there's different kinds of arbitrage. I'm trying to keep it to a one exchange arbitrage at first. I'm going to be obviously using Bybit, and we use FTX and things like that as well. I will be adding CCXT, XT or TX, XT, yeah, so that we can add as many exchanges as possible inside of the bot. But what I'm going to do is try and keep it so that the arbitrage is found on one exchange so that it doesn't get too complicated at first. I'll be pair trade, so it'll be a pair trading. You can search that on YouTube, pair trading arbitrage, where we look for heavily correlated pairs to move away from each other and create kind of an unfair gap, I guess, in the price. And we're hoping that they'll mean revert to the mean, and taking a long and a short at the same time. That's something that I'll be looking at. Hopefully, I guess it's going to be towards the end of August before I'm really going to be able to get anything out for everybody. And yeah, I've been doing some machine learning as well in Python to try and improve our entries on that arbitrage bot. And that's pretty much everything this week, guys, unless anybody's got any questions.
Just a quick one. It scopes. I caught the last couple of minutes of your stream.
How's things going?
I'm gutted.
Don't worry, it's all recorded. You can watch it in your bed on your iPhone tonight.
I've only just got back, man. I've been stuck in traffic.
Have you?
Yeah.
What's the weather like?
Weather's, I'd say it's about 30, 32, 34.
In traffic, 34. Yeah. Well, it's good to have you back in the UK anyway.
Yeah, I've killed a couple of trades this morning.
Yeah, I saw. You're doing really well. Like I said.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go back. After them, I got up this morning at 7:00 in the morning. Had a look at a few charts, and then, I watched like 60 coins. So what I did was just looked like through the first 20 coins, and I seen trades in the first 20 coins. So I went straight back to them. I thought I'll set them up because I've got to go. I've got to get back to sorting my jobs out and that. So I just thought I'll set them up and see what happens. And they all just happened. So But I did cancel out too early. I did write in general chat. I believe these are going to go further, but I'm cashing out just in case.
Yeah.
And I turned them back on an hour later after I cashed out, and they've all gone straight back. They've all gone down. They've doubled in like what I were expecting. Do you know what I mean? So all right, shit. I would have had that because me take profits and that were way beyond what I collected. Do you know what I mean? So-
My trade, I could have continued as well from yesterday, but unfortunately, I cashed out as well. But I suppose it's better
to be fair, it's not a bad thing though, is it? Because obviously,
No.
yeah, if it went other way, you know,
And
you
you're
live
pretty gutted.
to fight another day, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree. Oh yeah, you've done some fantastic trades. Thank you very much for everything that you put into the general chat. You've been inspiring a lot of people. It's been fantastic. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's all right.
Okay, cool. So I will release the updates for Smart Money Indicator. I just want to go through very quickly to make sure that there's no quick bugs. So that'll be in the evening. The one I guess I'll speak about a little bit more on Thursday when we meet up on Thursday. I'll have a couple of setups in there ready for everybody to test for me. And you can now log into trader.dev to start forward testing your strategies. If there's any problems with it, please don't hesitate to tell me. Like I said, I've tried to get about 3 or 4 developers to, if not more, to try and build it for me. Eventually, I've just given up and done it myself. So if there is any problems, please don't hesitate to ask because it's me that coded it, so I can debug it no problem whatsoever. Thank you to everybody. Audie Boys online, I want to say thank you very much to Audie Boy as well for all the information that you put into the thread that you built. It was great.
Thanks, David.
Thank
Scopes
you.
again. Thanks, man. You say you appreciate input in general chat, but you're the main character in it. You're doing all work.
Oh no, it's thank you to the community. It's great to be here. I enjoy it. It's fun. It's good fun. Always good fun. Thank you to everybody. And I will be here on Thursday. And if anybody's got any questions, please don't hesitate to drop them in there. And Vlad's there if you've got any like technical questions about Discord and things like that. He's always online. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day. Bye-bye for now.
Have a good one. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everybody. Cheers.
Peace.
Yep. Oh, don't say. You're more cooler than me. Cheers, people. Bye.